What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is December 22, 2024. It is 2:10 p.m. Sunday. We just closed the shop. What's up, everybody? Today's video is a topic I like, because I've been around this business my whole life. I've seen it even before I was even around with the old guys, the old timers, the old heads that tell you stories and all that. Hearing those stories as a kid and seeing where things are headed also, because I study everything. I love to learn, and it's also because you gotta watch out for yourself too, right? Make sure that you're investing your time and effort in something that's gonna continue to be beneficial for you. It's one of those things where it's kind of like you have to do that, and so anyways, today's topic is about, is the tire shop business becoming obsolete? I've heard it through a lot of people that have many years in the tire business. I wouldn't call it tire shop business, I would call it tire business. Smart people, all these people are very smart, and these people have money. They're not broke people saying this. If it was broke people saying it, or poor people saying it, I wouldn't be even talking about this topic. It would be like, who cares, right? But it's actually people that are smart and have money. Smart in the industry of tire business is what I'm saying. So obsolete. And also, let me add to that, is it worth it? Is it worth to start a tire shop business nowadays? There's a lot of tires being sold nowadays compared to what it was before, in different ways. I've seen it all happen. It's just like, wow, that's a new way. Wow, that's a new way. Wow, that's a new way that tires are being sold, right? An example, e-commerce, right? Amazon, any internet sales you want to add in there, where people just get a warehouse, package the tire, and then ship it off to FedEx right away. Also through Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. Also, what we wouldn't see before is tire wholesalers that you buy from selling to the public. That one was now it's normal, but back then it was not normal. It was like all the tire shop owners will sell all the tires of these wholesalers. And these wholesalers will only be faithful to the tire shop owners. But now it's the norm, where it's like they don't do that no more. They sell tires however they want to sell tires. And then also used tire wholesalers sign them directly to consumers and mounting them at their location. And I want to say 90% of them don't have permits to do that. license permits. So you see a lot of everything. You see a lot of throughout the years. If you actually studied the tire shop business, how much it is evolved, and anybody's doing whatever they want to do now. They sell at the back of their houses, the garages, and when it comes to buying used tires or new tires from these places, sometimes they don't even have a permit. They just go in and become friends with them, or use somebody else's license, someone else's permit, and they buy tires. And there's no keeping track on them. For the most part, when it comes to doing taxes, because when you pay cash, can you track cash? You can't really track it, right? So they don't even put on the books, no receipts, just there it goes. So I see it all. And so then what does that have to do with the tire shop business? How does that affect it? And so what do I think about all that, right? So real quick before I even start, I don't mind any of that, by the way. Everything is free enterprise. We are in a capitalist country, and however you want to do business, in my opinion, go ahead. Long as it's legal, moral, and ethical, right? And people can do whatever they want. As long as they leave me alone, they can do whatever they want, right? I'll be super happy, because that also allows you to do whatever you want to do, right? To make money, to sell these tires, to to get sales and service done. And how does it affect the whole tire shop business? Does it even affect it? There's more competition because of it. And again, I like it. I like that is happening. Although it's a negative, and it's a negative for the tire shop owners, because now people have more places they can buy the tires now, right? So it is a negative for tire shop owners. But the way I see it is, every one of those people, persons, companies that do that is a player in the tire business, right? So if they're a player, then that means then it's game on. It's like the Lakers gonna go play the New York Knicks, right? It's game on. There's rules, and let the best team win, right? And so they have no special rules to them. They still have to pay taxes. We still have to pay taxes. We can't do no illegal stuff with it. They can't either. It's just a straight up game. Whether it's internet, whether it's face to face, everything. They're a player, we're a player. Then we just put our skills to the test, and whoever has the best game, then they show in. So I got a lot of people asking me about the competition, and I always found the same way. If you're really good, then there is no competition. Because the way it happens is that, let's say a tire shop opens across the street from you, the people see that, and then they go try them out because they think the grass is greener on the other side. And then let's say they suck, then eventually they're gonna be like, they go again, they suck, and then it'll go back to you, because you were good from before, you were good now. And the people choose where they wanted to go do business from. I've had a lot of customers leave and then come back because they see the difference whenever they go somewhere else. Whether they like it or not, because of her clothes, just an example of her clothes, they can't make it that day, go somewhere else, and they see and they feel everybody's else's service, and then they end up like, oh man, like it took forever, they didn't pass the tire right, there's a leak, and so on, and then they return back, and they're like, oh, I'm glad, you know, I'm right here with you guys, you know, because that's where the rubber meets the road, and you can be like, compare that company's service compared to this person's service, prices, and everything, quality of tires, sizes, and you know, you name it, right? Everything that we do in the business. And so now people really see what is the difference. If they like the other person or place's product, service, then they will continue it. But if they love yours, then they're gonna continue being your customer. I don't know, I'm not gonna say forever, because things always change, you know, people move and all that. But I can tell you, from the years and years, people have moved far locations. I can say SoCal, and they come back, to us to do tire service sales. A lot of them, they just move real far, and then they'll come back. They still live out there, but they come back to do business with us, because they just love our service and product, and we got what they have and what they need, or what's best for them, in our opinion, right? And the truth will come out with time, like oh yeah, those tires were good, you were right, they did last a long ass time. And so that's all I see about that when it comes to competition. Now, as for the conversation where people are wondering if you're not familiar with what people are saying, then I'll just let you hear what people are saying. People are saying, when it comes to the tire shop business, you know, we can do a cheaper price because of the tire shops have more overhead when it comes to the rent, and when it comes to employees. But it doesn't, that doesn't make sense, because yes, it might sound like, okay, tire shops have more expenses and we can do it cheaper because a tire shop has more expenses, right? But it doesn't work like that. You're not comparing apples to apples. One, you're comparing, we can only do a certain amount of work. Let's call it, I don't know, 20 jobs, right? Or whatever it is, you know, 20 dismount tires in a day, because of whatever reason it is. That's just the capacity of what that business can handle. Compared to a tire shop that can do like 100 tires a day, 100 transactions a day, or 100 tires, then that's a big difference in volume. So with that, you can charge less if you're doing that amount compared to the other amount, because you only got so much time in a day. So if you have a tire shop, you open, you have, you know, 5 employees, you got all these jacks, all these guns, all these tires, and you know, you can handle easily, you know, 100 tires a day. It's just like a normal activity, right? Like normal activity. But if you have another type of business where you can only handle that amount of tires because you have to go get the tires. You have to go to the location. You just don't have you have less people that just say it to do the work. Then it is what it is. Yeah, you have a lower amount of overhead, but you also don't have the capacity to do as much as tires as a tire shop. You get it? So it doesn't make sense when people say that. And I just wanted to let you guys know, because you guys are my viewers, how that whole thing works. Another thing someone said is that a tire shop only makes, let's say, around like $500,000 a year, just an example. Let's call it $500,000 with 700,000 or whatever it is. That's not a lot. That's what they say, right? So there's a lot to that. There's a lot of I can talk about this little comment a lot, but you gotta, first of all, you gotta compare what type of person is saying it. Where is it coming from? Because you can ask an employee that makes $20 an hour, hey, does $500,000 sound like a little bit to you? And they're gonna probably say, 90% of the people are gonna say, no, that's actually a lot for me. It's like, I only make $60,000 a year, or whatever. And and 60,000 might sound like a lot to some of the people. They might say, hey, well, damn, like, I'm used to making in North Carolina 30,000. That 60,000 is like double of what I make, man. I wish I made even that. But if you ask a multimillionaire that's been financially free for 20 years, that they inherited money, and you say, hey, well, this type of business, the sales are 500,000. Are you interested in doing the business? They're gonna be like, oh no, that's a little bit of money, man. For me to go to work, forget it. I'm not gonna go to work for that. It's gotta be really worth it for me. So this is a question, depends who is it coming from, who depends who is saying it. Because it could be like a single person be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make way more than, I'll make $2 million. I'm gonna, climb that mountain, knock down the world. I'm gonna take on the world, and I'm gonna shoot for $3 million. I'm gonna shoot for $5 million a year. But to a person who has a family, and a person that cannot take any risk of any type of downfall in their income, where it's a consistent, let's say 500,000, whereas, okay, that has the potential of that, but hey, 500,000, if it's real consistent, I can live off it, I can depend on it. I got this kid goes to that school, this kid goes to this school, this kid's over here. I got a rent on this much or mortgage of this much, and my wife is not gonna. My wife will probably leave me if I don't make enough money to support. I have to make that. I have to make it. So yeah, I'm down for the consistent money, compared to like, hey, this business has the potential of doing this, and this person has potential of doing that. So that is where I stand with this. It really depends, because again, I know a lot of people that may have a lot of money, that there's very rich people out here, and some of them will be like, hey, like, 500,000, you can just do that on a side business. You know what I mean? Like, I know those type of people too. Like, hey, you can have like 10 of those businesses if you want. 500,000 is not worth being there working. But if it's good if you make it on the side, you know what I mean? And then, so those type of people are the ones that will say that. Very affluent, you know, families for many years that have been rich forever. And that's one. Another one is another comment I've been hearing that some, I would say at least one person said, is that I don't want to end up having a small tire shop. You know, that is like my failure. Like if I would have a shop like that, then that would be a failure for me, you know. And it doesn't matter how much time the shop has been around. That's a period. Like, it's a period of, if I end up just having a shop, a tire shop on the corner, then that will be a failure for me. And so with that comment, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into that comment, because now it's representing tire shops that do this income. Just an example is like a failure. Just an example, right? And again, it's like, has people saying these things, have they even made that in their life yet? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do they know what it feels like to make 20 grand a month clean? You know what I mean? So, you know, and I'm not talking about like a year, like a month or 3 months in a row. You know, how about like a decade, like 10 years in a row? Can people say that? Can most people say, I've made X amount of dollars? You know, they were saying 15 grand a month. Have they made it for 10 years straight? So, no, I do not agree with these people that are coming out and saying those things. And I would like to see if they have the balls of even doing it. Do they have the backbone to even do it in the first place? Pretty much, are they man enough to do it? You know, because this business, it requires a lot of going back and forth with the you know, with these clients. You know, you're on the streets. You know, there's no gates holding you back from the bum to come and try to kill you with a knife. You know what I mean? Or some crazy guy that, you know, they disagree and just come and try to kill you with a gun. You know, so you really gotta be nice to everybody. It don't matter who's there. Like you can't be going and being an asshole to everybody, or else I'll tell you right now, you're gonna get killed out here. You know what I mean? Like, again, this is the street. This is not like, you know, you're protected by, you know, entrance with a community and stuff like that. You know, this is just anybody can walk up in a few seconds, kill you, and then walk out, and then that's that, because you said something, you did something, or, you know, whatever the reason is. You really gotta be on the defensive side. And one way, and one of the things to be that is, hey, you can't be aggressive with people. You can't be calling people names and stuff like that. This is just an example, right? This is just an example of one of the things it takes to be successful in the tire shop business. You gotta be one with the community. You know, you gotta be one where, you know, people's family and all that, they're like around they're all around you. Like if you mess with somebody, the cousin's gonna come and kick your ass or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny, but it's not funny. It's where you really gotta watch your back, and so you know, that takes something. You know what I mean? That's not like an automatic thing. You know, that it's not like you could be like born in like a nice, very, very nice place that you didn't come out of the house never, and then you decide, hey, I like the tire shop business, I'm gonna go into it. And then when everybody's punking you, you know, you snap, and then hey, there goes this person, you know. So again, where I'm at, there's a bunch of gangsters out here. Like there's like the whole city is like, you know, family of generations of gangsters, you know. Like you got to keep it cool with everybody, you know what I mean? So like what about a year ago, someone come, hey man, my name is this, and this is my neighborhood, you know. And pretty much he was a nice guy, you know, talking about what's the price for this tire and what's the price for that tire. But you know, that guy pretty much said, hey, I'm from this gang. I'm not gonna mention the gang, but this is the gang where, you know, in this area, and this is my hood, you know, and this and this and that, right? But he wasn't saying like hey, like what's up, you know. He was just saying it like this is just me. I'm just like letting you know who I am. That's what it was. And so if you or some other person would like are not familiar with that, be like, oh, I don't give a fuck you, and this, oh, that's, whoo, you know, you're at least you're gonna get your ass kicked, you know, minimum. Another day, probably not that same day, but that's just what you gotta go through. And you guys know, you guys in like out here in SoCal, that's what you gotta deal with, you know. I don't know about the other, I know there's gangs all over the United States, but I'm just saying, like, for sure, if you're out here, have a shop here, then that's what you go through right there. But anyways, all right, so tire shop is it gonna become an obsolete business? It's like a dinosaur business. I highly disagree with that statement for many reasons. So what? Everybody's always gonna need tire service. It's just way too expensive to make a robot to do your job. You know how it is to mount those tires and all that. Either it's gonna cost too much money, it's gonna be too slow. You know, and by the way, we're talking about the tire shop business. We're talking about small tire shops across the United States that are like all over the corners and all over hidden spots. Well, for sure, most of us cannot afford not even one of those AI robots to do the job. Even if that robot is more efficiently and it was faster, but I doubt it was faster, but let's just say if it was faster, it doesn't make sense, you know. It doesn't make sense when it comes to the money part, because people that are gonna need the tires are gonna go to a place where that price works for them economically. For the most part, there's this, you know, people that have a lot of money, they don't give a damn. Like, I don't know, less than 10% of the people that have like a lot of money, it just doesn't matter how much the tire is. They just want to know the price. But for the most of us, for the rest of them, the rest of the people, they're gonna need a place where they can afford the price. And because of that reason, the robot is out. You know, Dealers cannot compete. Even the big shops, they cannot compete. They cannot have the type of product that we have. An example, they cannot have the used tires. They can, but they just don't do it. That's not their business model. They're not gonna get into it. They're gonna. Pretty much what I'm saying. All these examples that I'm giving you right now, just so you know, the used tires are untouchable. They just cannot get. It's too cheap. It's there are consistent flow of the used tires all over the country. In my opinion, every state has at least a few used tire wholesalers you can find and go to within a couple of hours. And unless you're like in the middle of the, like, I don't know, Nebraska or something, I don't even know, like there's nothing out there, then probably those places where it's like, I don't know, you just can't find nothing because there's nothing out there. But for the most part, you can find used tire wholesalers within a couple of hours. That's and then why I say that, because used tire wholesalers are smart enough, like, hey, there's gonna be people that need us. We're gonna start a used tire wholesaling business in this location because they're gonna need us, and they do, and they make good money because it's more like a local thing. The used tires is like, okay, we can get them at this price and sell them at this price, and the people are gonna travel to us, live around these locations. It works. All the numbers work. All right, my rent's this, and it makes sense. Let's go and make a business, and they make money. So, anyways, for the used tires, you're gonna be always needing people that are gonna buy them, are gonna need them more that they can get. More demand than supply, in my opinion. Even though we have a lot of tires, but they'll sell. Trust me, I've been through it. Where I have like this whole stack filled of like 225 40 18s, and I'm like, fuck, I'm never gonna sell all these things. And guess what? Right now, I don't even have one tire 225 40 18, not even one used tire in that size. And I can go on and on with that example. Different sizes that I've dealt with that. I've had like hundreds of like 235 75 15s, and right now I have zero in that size. I mean, I could go on with examples of oversupply because I just found a great deal. And I'm not saying a great deal at a great price. I'm saying a great deal where it's a great deal because it was a very hot size. Regular price, but hot size. And I was able to get a bunch of them. And I sold out. So there is more demand than supply. And I feel that it's always going to be like that. When it comes to the used tires, it's always going to be like that. But again, this is just me coming from SoCal. So I can say, when I say that statement, I'm talking about SoCal. You know what I mean? So that means you can keep investing your money in that, and you're always gonna sell it. You're always gonna sell. It's always gonna be needed. And by the way, the more you have, the more rep you get, and then the more rep you get, the more people come. The more people come, the more sales you get, and you make more money. So that's just the way it works for me, for here in SoCal. And again, all this stuff I'm telling you guys applies to SoCal for sure, 100%. Wherever in SoCal you're at. If you're out of state, then maybe some things I said does not apply to you because of the population. And I talk about that on my very, very, very first video I ever did. On the description, I wrote down what I'm talking about. What the demographics, the population, the location. I wrote it down in there. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can go to my very first video, and it says down there what I talk about applies to these regions. If you're in a region that has those things, then everything I talk about will make sense for those regions, right? For those markets, for those type of markets. So anyways, yeah, it's always gonna be needed. It's never gonna go out obsolete. And like, okay, there's other businesses that make more sense and all that. Correct. Yeah, there's more businesses that could make more money and all that. I'm not saying nothing about that because it's true. I know other businesses that make more. I have other friends that started businesses after me and that made more money than me, and in a smaller amount of time. But it doesn't take away from the fact that, okay, this is what it is. And if that business is better, then that business is better, and that's it. It doesn't mean our business is less because that business is better. Again, I want to use an example of e-commerce. I have business in I have friends in every type of business, and I talk about all the time with these people, how's business, and give me details and all that. And I'm gonna share with you with one person. When it comes to e-commerce, there was a problem that was not not foreseen for a new person. You cannot foresee it, and because that e-commerce, Amazon holds all of your money and will not let it go. And so pretty much there was a lawsuit because this person was selling someone else's product without knowing, because a wholesaler sold the e-commerce person this product that was stolen, and now this person is in trouble when it comes to a lawsuit. By the way, it's not just this person, it's like a lot more other people. By the way, it's not just this person that is going through this or going through this lawsuit. There's many of them because they didn't know also. Product was distributed, wholesalers wholesaled these products to legit sellers. The owner of the product that has sole rights to this product got all these people, they served them and all that, and now they're suing because they got damaged in their business. And not only that, the product, of course, it was like they lost a lot of money from that. And now these people have lawyers and trying to get their money back that Amazon is holding on to. See, all that stuff is like a big old mess that it's because you're going through Amazon. They have the power to do that. Whereas like with tire shop business, no one has the power to freeze your account except the government, right? But no one has the power to freeze your inventory or your bank account, saying, hey, this happened, give me my money. You know what I mean? We're like, oh shoot, well, it's not my fault, go talk to that guy. And it was like, I didn't know it was stolen. Like, that guy sold me, a legit wholesaler sold me this product. The point is, like, when it comes to one business that like they have power over you, over the tire shop, on the tire shop business side, no one has power like that over you. And so, I mean, as many years have gone, how long as everything I've seen, I haven't seen nobody have power over a shop that's not associated with them for any reason. Like, hey, you better do this, we're gonna close it down. Hey, we're gonna do this, or whatever. Like, independent tire shop is an independent tire shop. Like, there's nothing, no one can like stop you from doing business, So again, this is the type of things I'm seeing. As time goes on, I'm seeing more and more things like this that just makes me believe. I'm really, really thankful for being in the tire shop business where, more potential over there. Oh yeah, this is great over here and all that. But hey, I also have a great business over here. I also have a lot of customers over here. I also have a big need. I also have someone that's not gonna mess with my money because I gotta pay bills. Oh, and by the way, these people have like all these bills and all these things also that they can't pay because they don't got the money because it's all locked up with Amazon. It's like a big old mess. And well, we don't have that. None of that stuff. We don't. You know what I mean? Like, if someone, there's stolen containers and stuff like that. I hear throughout the years that people steal containers and then they sell them or whatever. And I hear those stories too. I don't want to get involved with none of that. I want to be clean, my shop clean, make less money. You're not gonna enrich yourself from having stolen property, and then they come. I'll tell you stories, man. Like when I put some rims for sale one time, and someone came, and I knew they were legit because I bought them for my friend years ago. I had them for years on my car. Then I sold them. Well, I put them on OfferUp, and then someone came and they're looking all over the rims, and then they noticed that those rims were not the ones they were looking for. Someone stole rims from them. They let me know after, like, hey, I was looking at it because someone stole my rims and stuff. I was like, oh shit. And then they just left because they saw that my words legit. They were not the stolen ones. And you get people like that too. It's like you want to deal with shit like that. Like if you actually did steal some rims or steal some tires, you really want to go through that kind of shit. So it's not worth it for me. Where you can just do all the everyday legit tire sales. Sometimes you get good pricing from the wholesalers that they just have a lot of overstock, or they just can't sell it because they've been like 3 years old, and then you get some good deals on those at a discount. Then you have like a lot of room to make some good profit, and you just do that. You do that and don't gotta worry about other stuff, And in my case, what I talk to you guys about is having a tire shop business and investing the difference in real estate. And that's such a powerful combination. I really can't explain to you so much, like with numbers and all that. But I don't got the time for it right now. But if you were to see some of the things that I have done with the real estate business coming from the tire shop business, you'll be freaking amazed. You'll be like, fuck, you fucking multiply your money times this much. You have lots of cash flow because of these properties that was made from the tire shop business. And by the way, you still got the tire shop business. You still got it running right, smooth. I still got it running strong. You want to compare my shop to any shop around here, people will tell you, customers all over the place will tell you, oh, I like that shop. Also, I like that shop or I like that shop also really, really good. So it just what I'm saying is, like, you can do all that kind of stuff with being more smarter about things with your money. Being more also aggressive when it comes to safe things like real estate. It's a safe product, but you can also be more aggressive with a safe product when it comes to investing your money. And so I love it. I mean, there's no need to go try to find stolen tires and shit like that to put you at risk of anything just because you're gonna make an extra $10 or more on the fucking tire and shit. Fuck that. Yeah, anyways, the tire shop business will never become obsolete in my opinion. There's just so much cars out there. There's way more cars than people. Multiple people have multiple cars. I have like 7 cars myself, and they all need tires. And there's 4 tires on each car, and it's one person, right? So there's a lot of need. There's a lot of demand, and I feel it's gonna be more people make more money. More people are gonna be able to buy more cars, and are gonna be able to need more tire service, more tires, and they're gonna go to their favorite spot. They're gonna buy their tires from the same favorite place. And by the way, not all people are thinking about price. Some people just do not want to deal with anything, and they just like hit you up on a text. Hey, I need this tire size for my car. Or this is my tire size. I want to go wider. What's the price? You get the price. All right, when can you get it? I get it tomorrow. All right, please order them. I'll have them ordered. They get there. Hey, tires are there. They come in, they buy them, install them, then they're out. 20 minutes installing them and mount and balance, and they're out. And and they're happy, and they're just like, I don't want to fucking deal with anything. That's the way it is with me and car parts. I have one of my very, very good friends. He's a manager at a auto parts store, and I just text him, hey, I need these parts. Boom, 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 boom. All right, sounds good. He knows more than I do. He get those fucking parts and then ship them to my place the next day or whenever they come in. He orders them. I pay, it's the price is $700, it's the $900, whatever. Make a check, cash, whatever, and then I'm happy. I don't want to deal with going on freaking Amazon and it didn't ship. Oh, I forgot to order the part, it never came. What happened to my part? Or it's broken. Oh man, what am I gonna do with this shit? Compared to them, they check their parts, make sure they're good. They open the box. If you go to any good auto parts place, they get the part from the back, they'll put it in front of you, they open the box, they pull out the part, and then look at it physically, make sure everything's all good. And then they put it back in the box, close it back up, and then give it to you when you pay, right? You got that kind of inspection. It's just way less hassles. It's way easier for me to do that way. And by the way, I'm not gonna be a cheapskate and trying to save $10 on a part where I know I can save a ton of trouble when I can just say to my boy, hey, give me these parts, boom. I don't gotta deal with that shit, So no, there is no signs of the tire shop being obsolete. There's actually more demand. I'm seeing more demand for people that need tires wherever they're gonna buy the tires from. I'm just saying, even if it's not with me, I'm seeing more demand. There's just more. It's just needed more. It's just gonna be needed more. There's more. The more people there is. California is growing in population. Even though they try to scare you with the news, people are leaving. Yeah, people are leaving, but a lot of people are getting here too. And so all these people that just cross the border and all that, they're just like, they were not born. They just came from like another country. They came to California, a lot of them, and they work here and stuff. And they're gonna be buying cars, and they're gonna be needing tires. And they're gonna want to buy somewhere local, and they're gonna be asking, hey, where's a good tire shop? Hey, where's the cheapest tires? Or where? And they'll be like, oh yeah, this shop, and then they drive. Where I'm just saying, like, a lot of people don't even know how to use the internet too. Like, I know a lot of people don't even know how to like fill out this, fill that on the internet. And the older people, they just not good with technology. A lot of them, and they just rather go talk to people face to face, order the tires, and then come the next day and put them on. Or if you have in stock, even better, to put them on right there, where they can feel the tire, physically touch it, and then all right, I'm happy, I'm buy it. So there is no obsolete in any near future, in my opinion. 2025 is already the future. It's coming next month, right? It's a few days from now. There's your future. Tires needed? Yes. It's gonna be needed? Yes. Is the rubber gonna continue to be wasted and stuff on the tire and the cars? Yes. Is there any technology that tires are gonna last forever or way more? Maybe there. I don't even know. Is there? Maybe there is. I haven't seen it. If there is, how expensive is gonna be to buy one tire? Are they gonna work as good? Are they gonna be as smooth as these? Blah blah blah. Like, is it gonna work? We don't know yet. I have no idea. We'll see, right? But because of that, it's probably gonna come out many years after. So it's gonna continue being tires. Is gonna continue being. So if you're gonna be putting if you're gonna be getting into tire shop business and using it as one of your foundation to create money, and again, there's a lot of people that do different things, that have money that that can invest time and effort and money into a business or an industry because it's gonna continue getting be needed. The service is gonna continue to be needed. The product's gonna continue to be needed. Then they're very safe with tires. They're gonna be very safe All these people that got big old warehouses that fill them with tires, in my opinion, their money is safe. They got a lot of money tied up, a lot of like risk of their life, a lot of their hard work, their life work in these tires, in this inventory. But I feel that they're gonna get paid ridiculous compared to the amount of effort that they got in it, just because it's just so much demand, so much sales, man. There's so much you know, across the country, not even just a local thing, across the country, and it covers worldwide. But I can't really talk about worldwide because I don't know a lot about other countries when it comes to tire business. So I'm just gonna stick with the United States minimum, or locally minimum, right? But I'm saying the United States, where you can continue to invest, go hard work, spend all your money on tires, inventory, and then selling them one by one, right? Selling them, and then get your money back. Have all these tires left over. You got all your money back, and of course buy more, and continue to do business. It's just it's not gonna go away anytime soon. It's not going away. It's again, it's just gonna be needed more. So yeah, this was a topic I really like, because I heard some of these things and I didn't agree with these things I've heard, and I gave you my reasons why. But if you have a different opinion, shoot me down a comment. Let us know what you think, and I'll let you guys go. But we'll be seeing you guys next time. Mamba out.